Welcome dear students, my name is Swati B.S., lecturer in computer science, Vishwamanava Composite PU College, Chitradurga. In the last session, we discussed about the chapter number 11 called pointers. So in that, we discussed about the definition of pointer and one of the very important concept called advantages of pointers, and we also discussed about memory representation of pointers, and very importantly we discussed about declaration of pointer and initialization of pointers, and we also discussed about address of operator and pointer operator. So as we know, pointer means it is a special kind of variable used to store or used to hold the address of another variable. So what do you mean by pointer? Pointer is a special kind of variable which holds the address of another variable that we discussed in the last class. And when you consider the two operators we discussed in the last class, those are called address of operator and one more is pointer operator. So address of operator means it returns the address of its operand. It returns the address of memory location of its operand. And pointer operator means it is a unary operator which returns the value of a variable specified by that memory location. So it returns value of a variable. Pointer operator returns value of a variable. Address operator returns address of its operand. So that we discussed in the last class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about pointer arithmetic. So let us discuss pointer arithmetic. Pointers arithmetic. So as we know, arithmetics means it includes mainly four operations. One is addition operator, another one is subtraction, and third one is multiplication, and fourth one is division. These are the different arithmetic operations. Similar to that, we can also perform the operations on the pointers, because pointer means it is an address. Pointer means it is an address which is having numeric values. Pointer means it is an address which is having the numeric values. Numeric values is nothing but numbers. Means address is represented in the form of numbers only. Address of memory locations are in the form of numbers. If it is a number, we can perform the operations on the numbers, right? If I take the two numbers 6 plus 2, I can perform the addition. 6 plus 2 is 8. Similar to that, we can also perform operations on the pointers. What type of operations? Arithmetic operations on the pointers. So first we will discuss what are the operations. What are the operations performed on? What are the operations performed on pointers? So important 3-mark question. Write the operations performed on the pointers. The first operation is we can add integer value. We can add integer value to the pointers. Means we can add an integer value. We know that integer means it consists of both positive numbers, negative numbers and 0. So those integers can be added to the pointers. Means we can add integer to the pointer. And we can subtract integer value from a pointer. We can subtract an integer value from a pointer. So we know that subtraction is one of the operation. We can subtract an integer value from the pointer. So pointer holds the address. From this address we can subtract some integer values. And third operation is it is possible to compare one pointer. It is possible to compare one pointer with the another pointer. It is possible to compare one pointer with another pointer if they belongs to the same data type. If they belongs to the same data type or if they refers to the same data type. Means if you want to compare the two pointers, means consider there are two pointers you are having. If you are comparing one pointer with the another pointer, then those two pointers of same type, means both the pointers belongs to integer or both the pointers belongs to float or both the pointers must be belongs to character. The concept is both pointers should be of same data type. And next one is we can subtract one pointer from another pointer. We can subtract one pointer from another pointer if the elements belongs to the same array or if the elements refer to the same array. Means if you want to subtract one pointer from the another pointer, consider there are two pointers. If you want to perform a subtraction between the pointers, those pointers should be of same array or those pointers should point to the same array. So the next arithmetic operation is we can assign one pointer value to the another point or if they belongs to the same data type and same array. So now once again I will recall. So what are the operations performed on the pointers? We can add integer value to the pointer. We can subtract integer value from a pointer, and we can compare one pointer with another pointer if they point to an same array or if they point to an same data type. Next, subtract one pointer from the another pointer if they point to the same array, and we can assign one pointer value to another pointer. Means we can give value of one pointer to the another pointer if they are belongs to the same data type. So these are the operations performed on the pointers. Similar to that, we are having the operations which are not performed on pointers. So the first operation is addition of two pointers. The first operation which is not possible, the operations not performed on the pointers. The first operation is addition of two pointers. Addition of two pointers is not possible. It is not possible to add the address of two memory locations. That means addition of two pointers is not possible. And second one is multiplication of two pointers. Multiplication of two pointers. Multiplication of two pointers is not possible. And third one is division of two pointers. Division of two pointers is also not possible. Means it is not possible to divide the address of two memory locations. We can divide two integers, we can divide two natural numbers, but it is not possible to divide the two pointers. Means address of two memory locations can be not possible to divide. And the last operation that cannot be performed is subtraction or subtract one pointer from another if they does not point to same array. If they does not point to same array, means if you are having two pointers. It is not possible to subtract the two pointer if they are not pointing to the same array. If they are pointing to the same array, it is possible to subtract. But here we are taking a condition that they are not pointing to the same array. If they are not pointing to the same array, it is not possible to subtract one pointer from the another pointer. So these are all the operations that are not performed on the arrays. So next we will discuss examples for these operations. So performed on arrays. So operations performed on pointers ಗೆ examples ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. So the first example is, if you consider PTR is a pointer, I can add integer value to a pointer, means PTR plus integer value. PTR plus integer value. Integer means any positive or any negative number or 0. Means it is possible to add pointer with the integer value. Similar to that, the second example is, it is possible to subtract integer value from the pointer, means pointer minus integer value. Means we are subtracting integer number from the pointer. This is the second example. And the third example, suppose if you have a pointer which is of integer type. So I am taken one pointer which is of, what is the data type of the pointer? Integer type. Then if you represent this in the incrementation form, so increment is nothing but increase the value of pointer by 1, means it increases. P++ indicates the incrementation of pointer. What type of pointer we are taken here? Integer type pointer. Integer type means it will take 2 bytes of memory in the computer. We know that byte is a unit to measure the memory. So if the integer type is a pointer, then how much memory it will take? 2 bytes of memory. So if you write P++, this will increment the value of PTR by 2 bytes. It will increase the value of PTR by 2 bytes. This is one of the example. And the next example is, suppose if you have a pointer, the data type of the pointer I am taking it as character type. Now observe the difference. In the previous example, I take an integer type. In this example, I take a character type pointer. If it is a character type pointer, if I increment this, the pointer is incremented by 1 byte. The pointer is incremented by 1 byte because the memory size of a character type holds only 1 byte of data. Memory size of character is always 1 byte. So if you increase this type of pointer, it increases by 1 byte. Similar to that, write for decrementation. Suppose if I have a pointer PTR which is of integer type, and if I want to increment this, if I want to decrement this, already we discussed about the incrementation. Now we are discussing about decrementation. So what type of pointer it is? Integer pointer, means it will occupy 2 bytes. So now I am decrementing. Decrementing means it decreases the value of pointer by 2 bytes. So it decreases the value of pointer by 2 bytes. And same thing for character type. Consider, suppose if you have a pointer of character type, and if you want to decrement this, it decreases the pointer value by 1 byte. Because character type means it holds how much of memory? So it holds only 1 byte of memory. P minus indicates decrementation. It decreases the pointer value by 1 byte. Means you can observe here we are performing addition operator, subtraction operation, and we are incrementing and we are decrementing. So these are all the examples for operations performed on the which one? Pointer. So that is about pointer arithmetic. Very important 3-mark question. Write the operations performed on the pointers. So next we are going to discuss about pointers and arrays. So pointers and arrays. So we already know the definition of these two. What do you mean by pointer? Pointer is a special kind of variable which stores the address of another variable. So what do you mean by arrays? We already discussed it in the first year PUC. Array is a homogeneous collection of elements where all the elements belongs to the same data type or same name or unique name ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So array means it is a homogeneous collection of elements where all the elements are of same data type under the unique name or same name. And when you consider the pointers and arrays, there is a close relationship. There is a close relationship between the pointers and arrays. There is a close relationship between the pointers and arrays. What is that relationship? How these can be executed in the programs, that we will discuss now. And first we have to know about the base address. So for this explanation, we have to have the knowledge of base address. So what do you mean by base address? The address of first element of an array. The address of first element of an array is called base address. For example, if I consider the array of int a of 5 is an array. Observe here, int is the data type and a is the array name and 5 is the size of the array. And this can be represented like this. Consider this is an array which is of 5 memory locations, and we know that array means it should have continuous memory locations. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the memory locations. And consider the address of first location is 1000. So these are all the addresses. Address of first location is 1000. So what is base address? The address of first element of an array. This is the first element address. What is the address of first element? 1000. The address of first element of an array is called a base address. And if you know the base address, namage base address gottidre saku, we can easily find the address of remaining locations. The base address is given in question itself. So if you know the base address of an array, we can easily find the address of remaining locations of an array. So for that we require the base address basically. And what is the formula to find the remaining locations then? So the formula is, first we have to write address of an element is equal to, and we have to substitute first base address plus positional value and this is multiplied by size of an element. This is multiplied by size of an element. So this is an formula to calculate the address of remaining locations of an array. So first we have to write address of an element, then this is a formula, you have to substitute base address plus positional value multiplied by size of an element. So let us do this problem by applying this formula. So observe here, the given question is, we have to find the fourth element of an array. So the given base address is to find fourth element of an array. The given base address is, what is the base address they given here? You can observe I taken base address as 1000. So 1000 is the base address here. Now I want to calculate, I want to find the address of fourth element of an array. So now use this formula to calculate. So first address of fourth element, is equal to, what is the base address? Base address is 1000 plus positional value. So which position we have to calculate? Fourth element means positional value is 4 and multiplied by size of an element. You can observe here what is the data type of this array. So the data type of array is int. Int means what is the size of an integer in the memory? The size of integer in the memory is 2 bytes. So write the size of an element is 2 bytes. Then calculate this 1000 plus 4 2s are 8. Then 1008 is the address of fourth element of an array. So fourth element means it is represented like A of 3. Because you can see the diagram here. First element is 0, second element is 2, third element is 2 and the fourth element is 3. So A of 3 you have to write here. So this is about the pointers and arrays, and this is about the explanation related to the pointers. And now you have to link pointers and arrays. So the concept is you have to establish a relationship between what? Pointers and arrays. So what I did now, it is an explanation related to the pointer and how to find the address of an element. So now we will discuss about the linking of pointers and arrays. So now let us continue this concept only. So identifier name or the variable name. So identifier name, or it is also called as identifier name, or it is also called as variable name, is used as an initiator of pointer. It is used as an initiator of pointer. We know that all of our names are having initials, right? ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ತರ initials ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ತರನೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ಸ್ ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅರೇಸ್ ನ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ we have to use the identifier name, or it is sometimes called as variable name, or sometimes it is an array name. So sometimes it is an array name which acts as an initiator. And along with the initiator, we have to use value of an position. Along with the initiator, we have to use a positional value, or it is also called as value of an position. Value of an position andru onde, positional value andru onde. So these two is required to link the pointers and arrays. Now let us discuss how it can be written. So syntax. So first you have to write the pointer operator symbol. We already discussed it. So asterisk symbol, it is called as pointer operator. Then you have to write the identifier name, means initiator. What is the identifier name in this explanation? The identifier name means it is an array name. So write array name plus, then you have to write value of an position, that means positional value. So in this, array name acts as an initiator. So example, how it can be used in the program. Program alli use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Cin a plus 1. So a is the initiator and 1 is the positional value. Similar to that, if you want to output the values, then pointer operator a plus 2, and you can observe this is array name, means it is a initiator, and 2 is the positional value. So this is how we can link array and the pointer. A is the array here and star indicates the pointer. So this is about pointers and arrays. And how the array elements can be accessed. We know that the elements of an array can be accessed as a of 0 and the second element is a of 1 and third element is a of 2 and fourth element is a of 3 and fifth element is a of 5. So if the array name is int a of 5, so observe here, these are all the accessing of elements of an array. So first element is a of 0, second element is a of 1 and third element is a of 2 and fourth element is a of 3 and fifth element is a of 4. And how the address of all these can be obtained? The address of all these elements can be obtained by using the address operator. Means a of 0 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ you will get address of first element. So if you write address of 1 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ you will get the address of second element. Similar to that, you can use address of a of 4 to get the address of fifth element or the last element. So this is how we can access the address of elements of an array explicitly. So this is about the pointers and arrays. So let us explain this by using one program. How there is a relationship between pointers and arrays can be seen in the program. So let us write the program for this. Write a C++ program. Write a C++ program. To show the relationship between the pointers and the arrays. So write a C++ program to show the relationship between pointers and arrays. As usual, in other programs also we are writing the header files. First illu kuda em barkobeku, header files barkobeku. Write 3 header files. #include iostream.h is the header file. Input output stream.h. And next we have to write the header file called #include conio.h. #include conio.h is the second header file. And the next header file is #include ioman ip.h. And next, the beginning of the program. We know that programs always begin with a main function. Main function indicates the beginning of the program. So you write the void main. Inside the void main, you have to write the input and output statements here. So first, we have to require the declaration of variables used in this program. So we know that how to declare a variable. First, we have to write the data type. What is the data type I am writing here? Int is the data type. Next, you have to declare the array. A of 10 is an array I declare. You may take A of 50. You may take A of 20, but I am using A of 10. Observe here, int is the data type, A is the array name, and 10 is the size of the array. And one more variable is n, and one more variable I am declaring is I. These are all the 3 variables. I is used to write the for loops, and n indicates the size of the array. N indicates size of the array. Next, as usual, clear screen. Function name is CLR. You use the clear screen function. Then write the output statement. Cout. The output statement is enter the size of an array. Enter the size of an array. So what is the size of an array? So we taken a variable n. So input cin. N is the size of an array. And next we have to input the elements by using pointers and arrays. And we have to output the elements by using which concept? Pointers and arrays. Now let us continue this program. So enter the size of an array. What is the size we taken? N is the size. Next, continuation of the Cout. Now you have to enter the elements. So after entering the size, we have to enter the elements of an array. Enter the elements. Then we know that in arrays, for input and output purpose, we have to use the for loops, right? Arrays and input ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ for loops use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, output display ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ for loop ನ use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So let us use for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than n. We know that what is the size of an array? So n is the size of the array. So I less than n. Then write incrementation I plus plus. Now use the input statement. We have to input the elements now. Cin. So pointer operator. First write the initiator. Initiator means name of an array. What is the name of array here? A is the name of the array. So write A plus initiator name is I. A plus I. Next we have to output the elements here. So in order to output the elements, write Cout statement. The elements are write the for loop one more time. For output also you have to use the for loop. I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus this. And Cout, output statement. Set the W of 5. We know that set the W is a manipulator or a function which comes under ioman_ip.h. So set the W. Then I have to output the numbers. Pointer operator. A is the initiator and I is the positional value. And at last you have to write the get character back function. Then close the bracket. So this ends the program. Means this is how we can relate the array name and the pointer. And now observe what is the output of this then. Hangadre ee program in output ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊ. Let us write the output here. So output of this program. So the first we will get the output statement. What is written inside the Cout? Enter the size of an array. That is displayed on the output screen. So enter the size of an array. Enter the size of an array. So you will type the size of an array as 5. ನೀವು keyboard use ಮಾಡಿ size of an array ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ 5 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. So how many elements can be input into the array? So we can input how many elements? 5 elements. I can enter 5 elements because the size of an array is 5 now. Next it will move to the next statement. Enter the elements. So how many elements I can enter now? So I can enter only 5 elements, and we know that array means it consists of positions. First it will check the condition. What is I value? 0. 0 less than. What is n value? N value is 5. 0 less than 5. The condition is true. It will come to here. So a plus I value is 0. So in the 0th position you type the first element. Then it will move again to this. Incremented. I value becomes 1. Again condition becomes true. Then in the second location 20 entry ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. Then I value becomes 2. Third location you will enter 30. Incrementing I value becomes 3. And the fourth location 40. I value becomes 4. In this you will enter 50. When I value becomes 5, the condition becomes false. 5 less than 5 is false. The control comes to next block. So in this you have to print these elements. So what is the output statement there? The elements are. What are the elements here? So position will depend ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I is equal to 0. 0 less than 5. Then a of 0. What is present at 0? 10. And I value becomes 1. What is present at 1? 20. And I value becomes 2. What is present at 2? 30. And I value becomes 3. So what is present at 3? 40. and again go back to the loop. I value becomes 4. When I value is 4, what is the value here? 50 is the value. And when I value becomes 5, 5 less than 5, the condition is false. When the condition becomes false, control comes out of the loop. So for loop in the varagade baratte. So this ends the program. Illige program end agutte. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು how we used pointers along with the array. Pointer na array ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. So this is about the pointers and arrays. So next we will discuss about one of the very important 3-mark question called arrays of pointers, or it is also called as object array. Array of pointers, or it is also called as object array. Array of pointers, or it is also called as object array. Important for 3 mark. And in one more also they will ask the definition. What is array of pointers? So we know that array means it is a collection of multiple elements, or it is a collection of elements which are having the same data type under the unique name. Here also array of pointer means it is a collection of addresses, or it is a collection of multiple addresses anta helbodu. So what is there are two definitions for this. First one is array of pointer means it is a collection of addresses. It is a collection of addresses. And one more definition is array of pointer or object array is a data structure. It is called as a data structure. So which stores more than one address. Which stores more than one address in it. Which stores more than one address in it. So what is the first definition? Array of object means it is a collection of address. So one more definition is array of pointers or object array is a data structure which holds or which stores more than one address in it. And we know that array of integers ide, array of floating numbers ide, array of characters ide. Similar to that we are having the array of pointers also. And when you consider syntax for this array of pointers, first we have to write the data type. So data type you have to specify first. After the data type, you have to write the pointer operator. We are discussing array of pointers. So write the pointer operator. Next you have to write array pointer array. Name of the pointer array. Means pointer array name baribeku. Very important thing is you have to specify size of the pointer array. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, size of the pointer array ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Now observe the example for this. So I will consider the data type as int. Int is the data type. Then pointer operator you have to specify. Then pointer array name I am taking as IPTR, means integer pointer, or FPTR, you can take any name. I am using here IPTR. This is pointer array name. And inside this I have to specify the size. So what is the size of an array taken? 5 is the size of an array. Now let us take the variable initializations. Next step, this is an example. So this is syntax and this is an example for array of pointers. Next, let us continue this example. Int is a data type. The value of I am taking 10 and j is initialized to 20 and k is initialized to 30, l is initialized to 40, m is initialized to 50. So listen, I taken a 5 variables I, j, k, l and m, and all these values are initialized where I is initialized with 10, j is initialized with 20 and k is initialized with 30 and l is initialized with 40 and m is initialized with 50. Now, if I am using the array of pointer concept, now observe IPTR of the first position is 0. IPTR of 0 means I can store address of the first element. Address of I means it will store address of 10 value. ಈ 10 ಯಾವ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ, what is the space or what is the address of this 10 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And if I write like this, IPTR of 1. IPTR of 1 means it will store the address of J. And if I write like this, IPTR of 2, it will store the address of K. And IPTR of 3, it will store the address of L. And similar to that, last one, IPTR of 4 means it will store the address of L. Means the address of all these values, where these are located in the memory, that address is stored in these pointer variables. And since it is an array, we know that array means the position starts with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the last position. And if I write like this, star IPTR of 0, we know that pointer operator returns value of a variable. What is present at 0th location? 10 is present at 0th location. And star IPTR of 1, what is present at first location? 20 is present at the first location. And if I write star IPTR of 2, the element present at the second location, that is 30. And next, pointer operator IPTR of 3, then the element located at third location. And last one, IPTR of 4, it will give the element that is 50. You can observe the difference between these two. Here I not used the star operator, means the pointer operator is not used. If you not use the pointer operator, it will store the address of all these variables. Address na store madkolutte. If I use the pointer operator or if I write the asterisk symbol here, it will take the values of these locations or it will store the values of these locations. So this is very important 3-mark question. So let us write the assignment questions based on this. So the assignment questions are 1-mark questions. What is object array? And next question is what is a base address of an array? And 3-mark questions. The first question is write the operations performed on pointers. And the second question is write a note on pointers and arrays. Next, the last question is explain the arrays of pointers with syntax and example. So in this, the first and third question are very important. These two questions are repeatedly asked in the annual examination for 3 marks. So this ends the today's class. Start writing the assignments. Thank you, one and all.